Dear all, today we are going to discuss chi-square test and runs test. We have seen there are two different frequency testing techniques. One is KS test, another one is chi-square test. The KS test is not applicable or is limited to the smallest set of random numbers. So hence we are going to use the chi-square test, which is applicable for larger set of, and another one is alternative hypothesis. The null hypothesis is to represent if there is no relation between two variables. But at the same time, the alternative hypothesis can be used uh, when there is a significant relation between two different variables and which are represented by h0 and h1. Now there are different steps which are used in chi-square test. The first step is to find out the hypothesis. The second step is to find out sigma square equal to summation of OI minus EI whole square divided by EI. So where OI is observed number of frequencies, EI is expected number of frequencies, which should be always greater than or equal to 5. N is the total number of random numbers given, and small n here it is called as the number of classes, and in other cases I'll tell you where it is also called as the degrees of freedom. So divide the total number of observations into mutually exclusive classes. So that is, no observation should be common in two different class intervals. Then later you have to find out the critical value from this simulation table. Okay, so at the level of significance, that is, if there is a significant deviation or 5% of deviation from the mean, so in that case alpha is equal to 0.05. So n is degrees of freedom, so you will find out sigma square alpha n minus 1. So after calculating the critical value, finding the critical value, now compare the calculated value sigma square with the critical value. Now if sigma square is less than sigma square alpha n minus 1, then null hypothesis is accepted, otherwise rejected. Now we will see one problem where alpha is equal to 0.05. These are all the different set of random numbers. Okay, 100 random numbers are given in the list. Now the first step is to divide these 100 numbers into different class intervals. So the minimum number which is there in the list is 0.01. The maximum number is 1.00. So now in between these numbers I will divide into 10 categories or 10 classes. I have taken small n is to 10. So hence EI equal to n by n, you will get all the expected value will get 10. Now 0.01 to 0.10, the observed value is 8. How? If you look at the previous table, the numbers which are colored with the red, 0.06, 0.01, 0.05, 0.05, 0.10, 0.05, 0.02, 0.05, if you count this, it is 8. Similarly, for 0.11 to 0.20, if you find here, they are also 8. Okay, now like this you find out the different OI values which you will get like this. Okay, now after calculating EI value, OI minus EI, that is 8 minus 10, that is minus 2, OI minus EI whole square, that is 4, then finally this value is 0.4. So here 8 minus 10, that is we will get minus 2, minus 2 whole square, that is 4, 4 divided by 10, that is 0.4. So like this you calculate OI minus EI whole square divided by EI for all the class interval values. After this you have to find out the summation value. Summation value is 3.4. To cross verify, when you find this value, it should be always the total number of random numbers given. Here in this case it is 100. Now the calculated value what we got here is 3.4. So that is sigma square is equal to 3.4. Now the critical value, so here sigma square alpha 0.05 comma 9 is equal to 16.9. This is from the chi-square table. I'll tell you in the next slide how we are going to find out this, check this value. Now hence this value is not rejected. Now how you got this 9 0.5? If you look at this chi-square table, at column number 9 degrees of freedom is 9. At alpha is equal to 0.05, you will get here 16.91. 16.91 I have taken here 919 or 16.9. So hence it is accepted. So this is how we are going to find out test. Now on another interesting problem where I was talking about two different variables. Now see, there is one scenario where the four variables, one is educational qualifications and another is marital status. Okay, so now middle school or primary school, high school, bachelor's, masters and PhD. Okay, these are all the different educational qualifications. Now here married, never married, married, divorced, widow. So this is another set of categories. So there are 18 people who are in the middle school and never married. Now what are these? These are all the values which are observed values. Now we need to find out using this null hypothesis and the alternative hypothesis and the chi-square test. Now if you look at here, how we are going to find out the expected values. Say for example, for high school, if you look at, there are 90 members, total members, which are high school people, and there are 90 people who never married. So what is the expected value? 90 into 90 divided by 300. 90 into 90 by 300. That is how we are going to find out the expected value. Now, in never married case, in the middle school, there are 39 people out of 90. So 39 into 90 divided by 300. So it is 11.7. So like this, for all these you need to find out the values. Later point of time you can calculate. After calculating these values you will get this. Okay. Now these are all your expected values. Now how I am going to find out this the variable, how I am going to find out using chi-square test, we will see. Now if you look at all the observed values what I got in the table, I have put here observed values. Then the expected values what I have calculated, I have added here. Okay. Now calculate the values OI minus EI, that is 11.18.11 minus 11.7, it is 6.3. So OI minus EI whole square equal to 39.69, it is 3.39. So like this for all the values. So now this dot dot indicates means for all. I have not calculated directly, I have written here, but if you have to calculate those values. So now here I got the values 23.57, which is your sigma square. Now in these two variables, I don't know how many number of values you are going to get, but the degrees of freedom in this case you can find out column minus 1 into rows minus 1. So that is 5 minus 1 into 4 minus 1 is equal to 12. Okay. Now this is from chi-square table 21.02 you are going to. So degrees of freedom equal to column minus 1 into row minus 1. So that is equal to 12. Now the calculated value is 23.57, which we have identified here, and the critical value, which is from the simulation table, 21.02. So hence the critical value is less than the value of the calculated value. So hence the null hypothesis cannot be accepted and accept the alternative hypothesis. Uh, we have seen how we are going to test using Bayes test. Now I have shown in the different steps using this chi-square test in the previous slides. Now we will see how exactly we are going to solve this particular problem. So in the previous slide I have shown you the total number of total random numbers which are to be tested, that is 100 numbers are there. So in the first step of chi-square test you have to divide these into different class intervals. So how to decide these class intervals? That all depends on you. You can divide into 5 class intervals, or even you can divide into 10 class intervals, that depends. Now for this particular problem I have taken it as the class intervals is equal to 10. Okay. So now what is this? So this, the total number of random numbers, you have to divide it into 10 class intervals and you have to arrange according to the range. So what is that range? When you divide into 10, okay, when you divide into 10 different class intervals, so the first interval is 0.01 to 0.1, that is the first range. Okay. Now 0.11 to 0.20, 0.21 to 0.30. Like this you will have 10 class intervals. Okay. So now I will write those: 312, 0.40, 0.412, 0.50, 0.512, 0.60, 0.612, 0.70, 0.712, 0.80, 0.812, 90, and 912, 1.00. Okay. Now these are all the class intervals. Now according to the second step you need to find out observed frequency. Okay. What is that observed frequency? Frequency, that is the total numbers in the given list, how many will belong to this particular range in the given 100 numbers. Yes. Now I will calculate those. So if you look at, you have 8 different numbers which will lie from between 0.01 to 0.10. Just you can count it. So like this I have identified y value as 8, 8, 10. Okay. Then 9, so 12, 9, 12. So this is 8. 8. Then you have 10, the 14, then 10 and 11. Okay. Now you have identified the value of y. Now ei value, how to find out? So now is value of ei. So if you look at, ei value can be identified by this formula, ei of n by n, where n is the total random numbers. Okay, numbers given, and n is how many number of class intervals, so 10. So here the value of e is 100, n is 100, so this value of ei is 10. Okay, so that is common for all. Okay, now by this I have found the values as 10. Okay, now I have identified the value of EI. Now what is that we need to find out? Lambda square equal to OI minus EI whole square divided by EI. So for that I need to find out OI minus EI, which is very simple. Okay, so 8 minus 10, so minus 2, this is minus 2, 0, minus 1, so 2, so minus 2, so 0, then 4, it is 0 and it is 1. So now I have identified the value of OI minus EI square. Clear. So now what I need to find out is OI minus EI whole square divided by EI. Okay. So now if you look at OI minus EI square is 2, minus 2 whole square is 4, 4 divided by 10, you will get 0.04. So now similarly you will get 0.4. Okay, so now this 4 divided by 10, again you will get 10, this is 0, okay, you will get 0.1, so 0.4, again this is 4, this is 0, and this is 0.4. Okay, 0.4, then you will get so this is 1.6. okay, this is 0.0 and this is 0.1. okay, hope it is clear. Now I need to find out the sum of all. So that value is, you will get 3.4. okay, now to cross verify, if you add all these values you should get the total numbers 100. okay, now after calculating these values, now what is the next step? So next step, I will erase this now. So now if you look at, after that we have to find out lambda square value as sigma of OI minus EI whole square divided by EI. okay, so now if you look at, this is the value, this lambda square equal to 3.4. now this is my third step. Last step is to find out the critical value. What is the critical value? Critical value is lambda square of 0.05 and n minus 1. So that is, in general it will be something like this, lambda square alpha n minus 1. So here lambda square alpha value which is given 0.05, n I have taken class intervals as 9. So with this I can find out the value as 16.9. 16.9. Now the lambda square value alpha n minus 1 is greater than my lambda square value. So this is 1, this is 1. So hence this null hypothesis may not be rejected, or you can call it as accepted.